Instructor training. In the University of Cooperative Education, it is the people in charge of the key learning post who will be trained as instructors. The role of the instructor is of the greatest importance in the dual vocational system. It is he who best knows the company, his craft, and will transmit his knowledge to the students on a day-to-day basis. The instructor's know-how will guide the students throughout his training process. At the same time, the instructor becomes part of the University of Cooperative Education's instructor database, a net that will facilitate the improvement of the pedagogical strategies. The successful insertion of the student in the professional field depends greatly on the performance of his instructors. How do the companies participate in the setting of the University of Cooperative Education? Companies' participation is fundamental as it will define the strategic orientation of the university. Thus, interaction between the parts is stimulated in order to structure programs' contents that meet the company's functioning need. Team teaching. The University of Cooperative Education system relies on a close bond between the company's personnel and the university's tutoring body. Real cases will be dealt with in the classroom, and so professionals from the specific companies will be invited as visiting tutors. Together, the full-time tutor and the visiting one will make the ideal teaching team with which to approach the different cases studied in class. Thus, theoretical, practical teaching is enforced. Companies may also ask members of the University of Cooperative Education's tutoring body to provide counseling in specific areas of investigation. In this way, the university will have a greater reach in the development of the companies within the region and the country. Academic programs at the University of Cooperative Education. Academic programs are designed to meet the requirements of the productive sector. In order to achieve this, it is necessary for the program to be recognized by the educational authorities and for it to lead to a professional technological qualification. The duration of the course is shorter than before. 4 semesters to acquire the technological qualification and 7 for an undergraduate degree. Each semester will cover 26 weeks. 13 weeks will be spent in the classroom and the other 13 in the company. The amount of study and work hours per day is 8. In this way, the theoretical material learned in class will have its direct application in the company's context. Students are entitled to a vacation period of 15 working days or that which the country's specific legislation establishes. Didactic material. Each of the program's subjects will have didactic material specially elaborated to meet the specific requirements. Tutors are provided with folders containing pedagogical guides, visual material, exercises, and specific cases to be dealt with by the students. The didactic material is periodically updated by the full-time tutors in each of the specific areas of the different universities of cooperative education. The tutors. The classroom tutors are especially trained after selection in the dual vocational system through seminars. This will allow them to plan their sessions in accordance with a pedagogical system implemented by the University of Cooperative Education. Assessments. Both in the classroom and the company, an end-of-semester assessment takes place, and from the 4th semester, an intermediate exam is taken through which the student can opt for the technologist degree. At the end of the 7th semester, a final exam is taken, which will grant the student with a professional at university level degree. These are viva voce and written exams, taken before a panel of judges who will be members of the teaching body and members of the business community. What is the course of action for the implementation of the University of Cooperative Educational System? In order to unify and homologate the system, a high committee is created. The members of this committee are the deans and heads of the academic institutions involved and the German-Colombian Chamber of Industry and Commerce. What does this High Committee do? It promotes and stimulates the development of the University of Corporate Education system and decides on the admissions of new members. Stimulates and approves the creation of new training strategies. Expedites the University of Corporate Education system's code that deals with its structure and pedagogical profile. Sets parameters of admission for the students as well as for the companies. Coordinates work, cooperation, and interaction between the different universities of cooperative education located in Latin America and the rest of the world. Coordinates and is in charge of internal control, which will present the university with the ISO 9001-2000 certificate. Sets parameters for the use of the name University of Cooperative Education System. Sets the amounts of money for the know-how transfers. How does an institution become part of the system? The High Committee will study the potential associate's application. In case of it being accepted, the institution must start the paperwork process that will certify the academic programs to be implemented. After receiving the international certification, the system starts to work and the official agreement with the High Committee is reached. Only then can the university's head become a member of the committee with the right to vote. The building and strengthening of a net of universities of cooperative education generates new participation arenas for the parties involved. It is a unified effort to stimulate progress and equity, key factors of the country's political and social stability. The University of Cooperative Education system is an alternative that promotes the development of the business community through high-quality training based on the identification of the young collaborator and the company he will work for. From the moment he sets foot in it, the student will become highly productive for the company, with an efficiency average that will rise continuously throughout his studies. This differs from the traditionally trained student who will need an induction and adaptation period that will not guarantee a high performance level. In the University of Cooperative Education system, the student will systematically acquire all the knowledge and experience the company has to offer. It is necessary for this system that the company's personnel gets involved in the day-to-day running of the instruction and training of the students, generating thus a reflection-based approach on the work carried out and the systematization of the knowledge acquired within the company. At the same time, the students' training at the University of Cooperative Education enriches the knowledge capital and the practical knowledge of the instructors through the exchange that, on current technical and scientific topics, constantly takes place. Furthermore, the highly demanding professional training that the student undertakes, focused on the application of the theoretical knowledge, the understanding and solving of real problems in the training company, will result in a highly productive professional performance from the very moment the training process is completed. For the young professional, the benefits that this training system offers are undeniable, and in the company it creates an awareness of how positive it is to become an organization that learns. This and the assertive use of its human resources knowledge will increase its competitiveness.